How did I get into it? Well, I used to do racing on bikes, cycles, on a Sunday afternoon, that kind of thing, in a field. And from there, I went to motorbikes, and I got interested in that, and I came off it a few times. I thought, no, this is a bit risky. I'll go to cars. So one of my other friends, he was a rally driver with a car, and he took me out, and we went all in the country lanes, and he said to me, come on, make a move. So the car we had was a little Mini Cooper S, and the front of the car is sort of no big humps in the middle of it. So he could sit next to me and tell me what to do. He was a tall chap, and he could put his foot on top of mine and say, right, go. So that I couldn't stop. That was it. So that was my first go. But then he done a rally, which was about 200 miles overnight on Saturday night and Sunday morning. And he said, you want to come on the rally with me then? So I said, all right. So his normal navigator had the flu, and he said to me, come on, read that map, enter all the instructions. So away we went. And we finished in the first half a dozen, and he was pretty good. He had won a few in his time. He was a bit older than me, and he said, go on, Nick, come on, put your foot down, go. He said, just do what I tell you. So I was driving, and he said, go on, come on then, put your foot down. So anyway, we went around around this corner in a country lane, and I overshot the corner. I went up a bank and through a hedge. The hedge didn't have a hole in it, so I made the hole. I went into the other side, which was a field, a farmer's field. Put the handbrake on, spun it round, come back at the same hole, and carried on down the road without even stopping. That's me. It was the first rally I ever done, and I finished fourth. So I said, oh, well, I enjoy this. It's good. So then we did a few more, and I got seconds and thirds. And then he said, well, there's a bigger one here. It's over 200 miles on a Saturday night. And I just done what I was told. And literally, it was flat down nearly all the way. And I won my first rally. And that was in a Mini Cooper S. And I thought, right, this is the type of car for me. So I went and bought one. And I started actually doing on my own with another person reading the maps for me as a navigator. And we went down to Somerset, to Devon, all around the country, up into Scotland, Wales, all different events in different places. And I just went from good to better sort of thing. And I was winning events hands down because I was driving so fast and I was able to control the car because I've been taught the proper way, you know. So I won a Scottish rally, I won a Welsh rally with about over 100 people competing in it with all different types of cars. And from then on, I went to other bigger events abroad. Went to Austria, Switzerland, Germany, and I won events there. And mostly I've done whole of weekend events abroad, Saturday and a Sunday, and it's what they call a supporting event to a Formula One event where they just race during the day. And I won these supporting events several times with about another 15 or 20 other cars against me. So I had champagne showered over me and that sort of thing, photographs taken. I had all that events in my loft of my house before I came here. The trouble is I was in the middle of moving it all in my car, a bit at a time, to another bungalow that I bought, and I'd already sold the house, and I sort of collapsed on the floor because now I'm diabetic, and I wasn't when I used to race, and the trouble is I sort of didn't eat when I should have done. So I collapsed on the floor. My brother phoned me, and I didn't know. He didn't answer the phone because I was lying on the floor. And he came over and saw me, got an ambulance straight away, and got me in hospital. I'd collapsed through not eating. My sugar went very low, and it was below 2, I think, or 3. And after that, I came out of the hospital and came here. He said, "You're not going home on your own." My wife had already passed away a few months before me in that house, and I just went from better to better sort of thing. Everything I went in, I achieved 100% success. And the very last event I'd done was the Monte Carlo Rally, all over the Alps and the mountains, on the ice and snow. And, I stopped at a tea break place where we had a few minutes and went to the toilet. And I got back in the car, I thought, I'll go clean the lights on the front of the car. They got all mud all over them. So I stood outside and slipped on the ice, fell down. It was that slippery, just like that, on the side of the mountain. And there was me driving at 70 odd mile an hour on that. And I was turning before I got to the corner, and while I was going round the corner, that way for the next one. And I was like this all the time. And the timekeeper that was watching me, he came in here to see somebody not so long ago, and he said, "I recognise you." I said, "Yeah, I've seen you before." So he said, "I was the chief timekeeper at the section that you were rallying on the side of the mountain." And he said, "The way you were going, at the moment," he said, "you're in 10th place. You carry on like that, you're going to win this." But I finished 3rd in the end. I was just sideways on every corner. And I thoroughly enjoyed it. That was my biggest event I've done. That was my last one. I would have done more, but the company BMC at Abingdon, they went broke. They ran out of money. And they had a team of 3 cars in most of the events. And they just used all their finances up. And they closed down. So then I had no car then to rally on, because that was their car. They supplied the car. They sent it where I had to go on a plane or wherever to different countries, and I just had to be there to drive the car. And when I'd finished the event, I come back home, and they took the car back to the factory at Abingdon for a check over and everything, ready for the next rally that I was going to do. And I thoroughly enjoyed doing it. I really did. As a professional rally driver, I got my professional licence when I was 22. And I carried on then till I was 58. So I had a good life doing that. And I didn't have any more accidents. I knew what I was doing. And I won almost everything I went in. And everybody knew me. All come up and shake you around. I mean, the finish of the Monte Carlo rally, you'd never believe it. Oh, coming down the mountain, and I could see all the searchlights, floodlights, television, cameras, all there, ready for the finish. And I was in third spot at that time. My timekeeper said to me, he said, if you keep going like this for another couple of miles, you'll win this. I said, well, we're near the end now, aren't we? He said, unfortunately, yeah, we're running out of road and running out of time. So I finished in third spot. But he said, if you done another couple of miles, you could have won it. And that was my biggest event I ever done. There was over 130 people in it with cars, mostly company cars, from all around Europe. You know, they were German cars, French, Italian, all sorts. And but the car I was driving, the Mini Cooper S, was the best car you could ever drive on this ice and snow. It was brilliant, and they proved it because they won most rallies where it was ice and snow all around the continent. And I raced in Canada, Australia, all around the world. They booked the flights and everything, and I just had to be there. Flew from Heathrow. They gave me my ticket, delivered it to my house, and I just had to get on the plane and be there. And it really was an exciting life. I thoroughly enjoyed it. Very dangerous life, but I didn't worry about that. I just went for it. Gave it everything I could, put my foot down. Yeah. He said, that's the only way you drive a rally car. Foot down. Yeah. You don't take your foot off. Because if you slow the driving wheels down on ice, you get a film of water build up from the friction of the tyre. So you've got to go over there before that water gets on the ice from the friction. You just have to go flat out. It's the only way. And I had pot rivet studs put in the driving tyres. I carried a spare couple of tyres with the studs in behind me on the back of the car, where the back seat goes. They took the back seat out and they fixed them on there. And if I needed them, then I had them. And almost every weekend I was rallying throughout all those years of my life.
What was your favourite track?
My favourite one, the last one I done, the Monte Carlo Rally, that was the favourite. To come down the mountain and see all the people waiting to see the people that finished the rally with cameras and big celebration, champagne, big meal, nice hotel to stay in. They flew my wife out from Heathrow to meet me because I was in the first three, because I'd done that for the other two as well. And they said, if you'd had another couple of miles to go, you would have won that the way you were driving. But I got third, so I was happy.
Was there any modifications to the cars, or were the cars just as they were?
Oh, yes. Oh, yeah, they was all done in the factory where they ran it from at Abingdon. Works prepared cars. Brand new, but off the production line. And they had the cars delivered to them and they converted them for the sport they wanted them to go in. Some of them went in great car racing, ran circuits, like the Formula One cars and that sort of thing. And others rally cars as well. And I preferred the rally myself. I thought it was more exciting, more dangerous, more exciting, more sideways motion. And I loved it. I could drive all night without worrying about stopping, without having any sleep. I was concentrating 110%. I had to, otherwise I got killed. You know, I just had to do that. And my passenger, the co-driver, he said to me, he said, the reason you're doing this rally It's because my normal driver was out with the flu. He said, you got the drive. Yes, the reason you got the drive is because you won in Scotland and you won in Wales. He said, now you've got this one. He said, you've got to do what I tell you. And I just did what he told me, and I got third. Another couple of miles, I would have won it, he said. Now that would have been a real feather in my cap, that would have been, I'll tell you. Instead of getting my wife to just fly out from Heathrow to meet me, we would have gone to Australia then, I think, somewhere like that. You know, if I'd have won it. Yeah. But I enjoyed it. It was thoroughly very dangerous, of course. It was extremely dangerous. But I just done it.
Did you ever have any accidents?
Did I?
Did you have any accidents, or was it?
I did earlier on in my life, yeah. Oh, yeah. I rode the very first rally I went in. I rode the car right over, had it on its roof. And then another one I rode on its side. Oh, yeah, I had a few crash ups earlier on. But I'm learning, you see. I was driving too fast for my capabilities, but I'm learning the tricks of the trade. And I said, right, I've got to go. I'm going. Even if it's upside down, I'll still put my foot down. And I go along on the roof. By the time that I went through this hedge, the handbrake turned back out the hole in the hedge without even stopping. That's me, I'm afraid. Foot down. Tell you where to do it.
Just get on with it.
Yeah. Yeah, just get on with it every minute. And they treat me well. I've got, as I say, at the end, a nice celebration, and a nice big meal, and champagne, and as I say, they flew my wife out to Monte Carlo, and you know, we had a good night there, and I didn't bother about sleeping. I just had a big meal and just enjoyed the dancing. We were dancing together, and it was lovely. She taught me how to dance in my younger days, because I met her at the Apollo Theatre in Hammersmith, and that was where she was born. And I didn't know her then, and I just went there with a couple of my mates, and we just went to dance with the girls who wanted to dance with us, just for a night out sort of thing. But I met my wife there eventually, and we got married and had a couple of children, and I've done everything I normally would do. But it was lovely, lovely life. Thoroughly enjoyed it. All the years I've done it, I was racing every weekend and sometimes through the week. And I just loved it. What advice I would give them? To do exactly what they're told to do. I said, you want to go with a navigator, they used to call them, or co-driver, they call them now, and listen to what you're told and do that. They've got to have their road license first and pass their test. So they've been taught probably by a driving school. And I said, just do what you're told. Don't think you know it all. Because I tell you what, I was a driving instructor once with a driving school. And they said the worst ones to teach are the young boys. They think they know it all. And I said, when I took them out, I said, you do what I tell you, or I don't take it anymore. Yeah. And that's the only way. You've got to learn the proper way. Not what you think you know, what you're listening to. And you've got to understand the language. Yeah. We're all very friendly to one another. We all talk to one another. We go out for a drink now and again with one another. You know, it's a normal life. But to be showered with champagne after a big crowd watching, thousands of people, yeah, hundreds and hundred thousands at the circuits, and I just don't enjoy it. I'm soaking wet, but I'm hot. I'll just go and get a shower, change my clothes. I'm all right. I'm ready for a meal now. You know, it, it's been my life. That's just how I was. And I just laughed at everything. I just saw the funny side of everything and done what I was told to do.
There you go. That's the best way to live.
Well, it is. You can't just think the way you got the answer. You've got to listen to somebody that's teaching you, that knows what to do. And you've got to absorb that. That's the only way.
Yeah.
I mean, I've done some circuit racing with an instructor with me. And he said, just do what I tell you to do. And I'd already done it on my own in what they call sprint races, where you just do a couple of laps on your own. And I thought I knew all the answers, but no, I was told what to do. And I had to do it. What side of the tractor goes, for what corner, how fast you've got to go. I just told what to do. And that's what you've got to do. Learn the proper way. Then you don't learn the wrong way.
Definitely.
Yeah. It's simple enough. You just got to listen. And forget all the answers that you think you know in your head. You just got to listen. And be told what to do and do it. Yeah. There's a corner coming up. Come on. Sideways round the corner. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Done it. Yeah. I've done it in the ice and snow. Oh, yeah. Whatever. Yeah. I've been around a lot of the different circuits around the country. And I've enjoyed all those as well. Yeah, I've raced against big cars during practicing before the event. And we carry around all of a sudden, wow! There's an E-type Jaguar, a Ferrari or something, flies by, right? And I was just going around the corner. And what did he do? His back wheels comes up off the ground. Because he can't corner like I can. I overtook him on the corner. But then he goes back on the straight again, like that. See? But I had to slow down a bit for that and take the corner at my own speed. And I overtake him. You know, and in the end we're like this at the finish. I'll never go at anything. I don't mind. Yeah, as I say, would like to have been an airline pilot. I went on the Concorde. I've been on that plane a couple of times. First time my wife and I, we went to Australia, and it did fly to Australia then on a first flight that they'd never seen it. And then another one we went to America, New York, and had a breakfast at Heathrow. Get to New York, it's breakfast time there. So I had two breakfasts. You know, I just mucked in with everybody else. I just didn't mind. And I went to an ice cream parlour in America. My wife was with me, and we went in there. We had a small ice cream with coffee, I think. And I looked at the menu that was on the table, and it said, have a yum yum, a giant yum yum. So I asked one of the waitresses when she served us, I said, what's this giant yum yum then? They never had a picture in there, just wording. And she said, it's like that. She said, ice cream, like that, and they're that high. It's got nuts, cream, and all sorts of flavours, all in one, like a mountain. It was called a mountain of yum yum. Oh, I said to my wife, so I'm going to have one of them. She said, you won't have it now, you'll be sick. I said, no, we'll come back tomorrow. We stayed in a bed and breakfast hotel, and I said, I won't have any breakfast. I won't have a cup of tea, nothing. I'm going to get that yum yum. I'm going to eat it. I ate almost about that much, and I was feeling a bit sicky. I thought, no, I'm not going to be beaten. I'm going to eat it. And the waitress, she said, "You first one I've ever seen. Each one. They eat half and then they're full up. I ate the whole one. I'm a pig." And she said, "Well, you've eaten the whole one, so you have it for half price." So I had that. I'll never go anything. I don't care what I do.
Oh, that's amazing.
But anything that goes fast, I'm with it straight away. Aeroplanes or cars, I don't mind. But I do like driving. I've been driving all my life. I still drive now. I'm 87 and I still could do it. Nothing frightens me at all. Just do it.
Amazing. Thank you, John.
It sounds crazy, I know, but that's the way I talk to people. I'll just get there and do it. Don't worry about it. Oh, you might have a crash. Don't worry about it. Just go. That's what I do. As I was a driving instructor for a while, and some of the boys, they think they know all the answers. I said, "No, you listen to me. If you don't, I won't take him out anymore." And that's it. And you've got to talk to them strictly to start with to get them to know who the boss really is. And if I'm the instructor, I'm the boss. And I've got a brake pedal on my side as well anyway, so I can stop it. And the first time I went for my advanced driving test, I was with an instructor, and he had a pedal on his side, a brake pedal, and he done more than grabbed up the steering wheel out of my hand, and I was up on the pavement. He said, "You should have stopped me." Yeah, it was a lady pushing a pram with a baby in it on the pavement. I nearly knocked her over. But he said, "You should have stopped." And that's how I was taught there again. Be ready at any time in an emergency. Stop. So I've learned all those tricks. They can't trick me anymore. I'm ready for it.